Okay, so I want to talk you through orientation, and it is a very simple technique. It's based on something called somatic experiencing, which is all about using the body to find your way back to center, using your body to help feel through and move through whatever's happening in that moment. So, what orientating does is it puts you back in your environment. So, what tends to happen if we are in a dysregulated state is we either end up in the future or in the past, and we're not in the present moment. And whether we're in the future or the past, our mind is often running with a whole lot of different kinds of stories and what ifs, and oh, that happened last time, and I'm not safe, and it can spin out and spiral out. So, orientating brings you back to this moment. And when we're in this moment and we're feeling a bit more regulated, we're what's the word I'm looking for? More able to make a healthier choice, a more useful choice. Often in dysregulated states, we don't make the most useful choices. Okay, so if you're ready to start, you can do the sitting or standing. And the first thing you're going to do is you're going to look around the space that you're in and identify 3 things of the same color. And you'll notice that I'm moving my head slowly. So it's not about looking around the room like this. It's about looking slowly and identifying. And when you find something of a color, so I'm going to use the room I'm in, I notice that there is a blue cushion on the couch. There is a blue book on the bookshelf. And there is a blue photo frame. And when you're in a classroom setting, you can't all speak out loud. So you can repeat this just quietly to yourself. Okay. And when you've found 3 things of the same color, you're now going to find or listen for 3 sounds. And sometimes it's easier to close your eyes. And when you notice a sound, you're going to slowly again turn your head in that direction. So I can hear the noise of the road outside. I can hear the birds outside in my garden. And I can hear the hum of the refrigerator in my kitchen. So that was step 2, the listening. Okay, step 3 is you're going to notice 3 sensations. Okay, so I can feel my bum on the chair. I can feel that pressure. I can feel my jacket on my wrist, on my hand. And I can feel the tightness in my throat. And there's a few reasons why this works. I'm not going to go into all the technical scientific stuff right now. We can expand on that at a later point. But the key things to remember is to include the head turning and to do it fairly slowly and to follow those 3 steps. So if you'll notice, we start orientating sort of almost with the furthest sense, the easiest sense. So what we can see around us. Then it starts to get a little bit more internal. What are we hearing? And then it gets even more internal. What are the sensations we're noticing? And I have been on recently many conferences around trauma and how we cope. And in every single one of them, orientating is put forward as one of the best tools to help us stabilize internally. So practice it. The more you practice it, the more effect it will have. There are lots of variations of this. I'll look up a few more and share them as well. But this, when it comes to resilience depends or is directly linked to where we sit in our window of tolerance. It's directly linked to our levels of regulation. It's not the only factor, but it's a big one. So the more that you can help yourself stay within your window of tolerance, and the more that you can help your learners stay within their window of tolerance, the easier it's going to be for them to access resilience, access the skills to navigate some of that tough stuff that's coming their way.